Hello everyone, welcome back to another day of the 21-day yoga challenge, and today we'll be doing the wheel pose, the Urdhva Dhanurasana, or some people like to call it Chakrasana. Both of them are correct. So today we'll be learning step by step how to do this, and if you are afraid of doing it, this video might just be for you, so keep watching. Before we start, I'd like to tell you that we do need some props for this one. I have with me 2 blocks, even 1 block or 2 books could do, and I will be using a blanket, or another yoga mat can be used in place of a blanket. So this is definitely not a very beginner pose. This is something which is an intermediate level pose. So there are some poses that you need to master in order to have the foundation for this pose very thorough. So let's first look at some of the foundations that need to be 100% before you attempt the pose. Please warm up properly before you attempt it. Never try this posture with a cool body. This generally comes towards the end of the practice because it needs a lot of warm up. So let's first look at what you need to achieve this pose. First, you need arm strength. Secondly, you need strength in your quadriceps, and you need flexibility of your spine, especially of the thoracic and lumbar. So these need to be achieved first before you attempt the pose. So for arm strength, I would highly recommend that you practice Chaturanga or the side plank Vashishtasana, which tutorials are already there. I've shared with you. I will link it somewhere on top. Secondly, for spine flexibility, some of the poses that you can practice are up dog, cobra pose, again the tutorials of which have been done throughout this week. And for the strengthening of legs, I would highly recommend that you master Utkatasana and Veerbhadrasana. Once we have done all this foundation, we can begin trying to get into this. So for very beginners, if you've never tried this pose, I would highly recommend that we use the wall to do this. So I'm going to move my setup to the wall. Let's go. This pose, you can take a blanket or a mat, roll it behind you, and place your hands on the mat. Now you can place your hands on the wall as well, but we're starting with the same position. So my feet hip width apart, as close to the hips as possible. I'm going to place my my palms on the rolled mat. You can also keep 2 blocks here, it's up to you. My elbows are facing up. My shoulder blades, both the shoulder blades are on the mat. From here, I'm going to press up, lift up, and try to bring my chest as close to the wall as possible. Keep lifting, keep lifting. Notice that it has changed the angle of my wrist, so it's becoming a little comfortable for me. And gradually come back up. To begin with, if it's too much for you, we can do Setu Bandha in the same pose. So from here, I'm going to lift up, place my head on the mat. I can even support my elbows from the wall, and from here I can lift up. It's much easier when you use a wall to support because your wrist and your elbows are supported. To support your wrist, you can place a mat or 2 blocks, and to support your arms, you can use the wall as a prop. Let's go and do a free one on the mat now. Preparatory pose for beginners, we'll start with Setu Bandhasana. So lying down with taking your C curve out, bracing your core. Notice there's no arch in my lower back, and my lower back is flush with the mat. So I stay here, I bring my feet as close to my hips as possible. Arms on the side, I lift up as far up to the sky as I can, and I try to bring my chest to my chin. I keep pushing up, keep pushing up, keep pushing up. I stay here for a few breaths and I come back up. Now, so this basically is a pose which will make sure that you get the alignment of your legs right? And always make sure that your knees are not going out or knees are not caving in. Your knees have to be parallel. Your knees have to be at 90-degree angle from you. So no caving in of knees, no jutting out of the knees. And your feet are shoulder width apart. Now once you've achieved this pose, something that you need to do is open up that lower back. So here you can use your block
In Setu Bandha only, you can use your block, place it on your lumbar and kind of rest here. Or if you want to try another passive pose, what you can do is place the block on your lumbar, on your lower back, and try to press your hips down. Notice when you do this, there's again going to be an arch in your lower back. That's what you want. This is passive. So I'm just letting gravity do its job. Nothing is flexed. I'm just letting gravity do its job. You can relax here for a while so that your lower back kind of opens up. Another thing to open up is the chest. So for that, I recommend that you place this block underneath your shoulders. Place it underneath your shoulders and drop down. If that's too less for you or you're too comfortable, your arms should be on your side. If you're too comfortable in this pose, either change the orientation of the block and make it high, increase the height, or you can place two blocks. Once you do that, you'll be able to open up your shoulders also. So now that your thoracic is open and your lower back is open, we can try to attempt another pose, which is Setu Bandhasana. In which we will come on top of our head but not go all the way on our arms. So the wrists are still not engaged, but we'll kind of get the feeling of going upside down. So again, lying down on your mat with your lower back flush to the ground. I'm not sure with my hairstyle this is going to be possible, but let's see. So I'm going to place my palms underneath my shoulders. My feet are shoulder width apart. My palms are shoulder width apart. Again, something to note here is that again, your elbows shouldn't be jutting out, your knees shouldn't be jutting out. Everything is pointing to the sky, 90-degree angle from you. From here, I'm going to lift up, place my head on the floor, and stay here. Now you can release your hands if you want, if you're comfortable, but initially it's not going to be very comfortable for you. And roll back and rest. Knees to the chest, rest for a bit. And now that you've become comfortable doing the pose next to the wall, let's attempt the pose without the wall and without any props. So with my feet close to the glutes as possible, hip width apart, I'm going to place my palms underneath my shoulders, my fingers facing towards my hips, and my elbows up 90-degree, my knees up 90-degree. From here, I'm going to push the mat, come up, come all the way up, drop my neck, and breathe. And if you want to go deeper into the pose, you can walk your hands back, pressing down, really pressing down the palms, pressing down the base of your feet as well. Your hips are not engaged, but your legs, your core, everything's engaged. Actively pushing from your shoulders. Stay here. And as you want to release, come back up and hug your knees to your chest and relax. I hope you'll try this pose out and get comfortable in it. Do let me know your feedback in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I shall see you tomorrow with another pose.